Hi, I'm Gary Borcherding, pastor of First Presbyterian Church in Spring Lake, and I've got a God story, well, a couple for you. God has dumped a ministry in the laps of this church and the people that you're going to hear about that has just been awesome. And it happened in an awesome way. Our grandson was on a flight from Fort Campbell to Washington, D.C. a couple years ago, and he happened to be sitting next to the number 2 guy in REBOOT Combat Recovery, and he asked him, hey, what do you do? And the guy told him, and my grandson Andrew said, you need to talk to my papa down by Fort Bragg. And so John called me, and that was how this all started. This is a ministry to soldiers, to their spouses, doesn't have to be soldiers, people who have experienced trauma, post-traumatic stress, PTSD, where we've all heard those letters. The stories every week. We've just finished our 7th week out of 12 weeks. We meet on Tuesday night for an hour and a half, 2 hours. We provide a meal, we provide childcare. By the way, when I say we, our people here at the church do that. And they are so jacked up, so excited about what this opportunity means to them, and they're getting to meet some of these folks. And the people are appreciating them. They want to do something for them for all of their giving. It's just beautiful. Anyhow, we hear stories every week that are heartbreaking. What has happened to these veterans, horrible, horrible things, not only downrange with wounds, but things from childhood, abuses that people have suffered. And we're sharing God's truth with them. We tell them, hey, the VA and other doctors are going to help you with your medical things. That's good. You need to stay there. You probably have some good psychological help that you're getting. We're here to help you look at spiritual issues, and particularly to bring, for Jesus said in Isaiah 61 that he was going to come to bring healing to the brokenhearted. All of us, and these folks have broken hearts, broken souls, and they need healing, and that's what God is doing through this ministry. Most of them are from Hope Mills or Rayford or wherever. But the immediate community, we do put signs out. People know that it's here. The Ministerial Alliance, they know that we're having it. So I think there is an awareness that, hey, God's doing something over here. Well, let me tell you, this almost didn't happen, because I brought this to the session, the first part of this year, when it was actually, okay, we're ready for you. And the session, and I don't blame them, said, hey, we're just a small little church here. I'm not sure we have the resources, money, people to do this. One of our elders sitting at the table after an hour and a half discussion said, you know what, I'll take responsibility for this. I'll take care of the food, I'll get the child care. Everybody else looked at him and said, you're on. And so we went from there. He and 3 other people take care of the food every week, getting it, setting it up, serving it, cleaning it up. We have one of our ladies who is here every week for childcare. Another one of our ladies is here every week to help open up, close down. She's interacted with some of the people, kind of like a hostess and a greeter. And the congregation is all aware of it. I've got our Thursday morning Bible study, our older ladies. They're praying. They're praying daily for this. So they're our prayer warriors. And we kind of give a report every week in terms of what's going on to the congregation. They are engaged in this. They own it. So this is from a lady who came. She said, I don't have PTSD, but my husband's a pastor, and we just kind of want to see if maybe we'd want to do this in our church, if we'd want to host it. So this is what she said. I first thought I was attending REBOOT to be prepared to help others, but I now know it is for me. I realized it wasn't just for soldiers. It's for anyone that has had trauma in their life and false forgiveness. REBOOT has opened my eyes to understand my husband and how to forgive myself. I think REBOOT should be attended by all spouses of the armed forces. And then there's this one. Since my journey with REBOOT began, by the way, this is from a lady who, she didn't even come the first couple of weeks. It was just too overwhelming to her. She hates crowds. 10 people is a crowd. We have 15 to 20 people here. Finally, on the 3rd week, she kind of snuck in through the door, and when I saw her come in, I thought, oh my gosh, this lady is really hurting. It was obvious. Here's what she says, and she's been here every week since. Since my journey with Reboot began, I have found that I'm not alone in my struggle. I don't have it as bad as I thought. I'm not the only one struggling with PTSD, unforgiveness, and false guilt. The people, my brothers and sisters that have worn the uniform, are non-judgmental. She's talking about the people that are here. They are always willing to listen and help you when you are struggling with a problem that you can't seem to get over, or that you believe that you can't get forgiveness for. I have found faith in God, which I didn't have before. For that, I'm grateful. I'm hoping that I can find some forever friends in this group that will help me and allow me to help them in their journey to healing their soul wounds. I'm about halfway through this 12-week course, and I have made great strides. She has indeed. She was beaming this last Tuesday night, smiles, a different lady than I saw 5 weeks ago. I do see light at the end of the tunnel now, where before I had no hope. Thank you, Reboot, for positive leaders like Pastor Gary and Kelly. Kelly works for the VA. Half the people that are here because they met Kelly at the VA, that make a difference and bring hope to the broken.
Kelly Black is one of the leaders at Reboot and is an Air Force veteran and was a medic. Listen to her testimony. Reboot helped me reconnect with something that I felt disconnected from for so long. The military was my life and my heart. It has helped me recognize that I am not the only one who experiences these thoughts and emotions. I now have an extended family who I can reach out to, and without saying a word, they will understand. Reboot has helped me to clarify specific areas in my life where I still struggle. It has helped me identify ways to work on improving myself while lifting up the fallen among us, my Reboot peers. Finding a way to build hope in what sometimes feels like a hopeless situation. There are no words to express how much it means to me to have a new family to connect with, to share thoughts and feelings with in a safe environment where my past combat experiences are not judged and my future is not questioned. I have never felt helpless because of my faith, and I knew I was never alone. But I believe that there can be true healing within the soul to live a better tomorrow. My PTSD, as well as others, may never be gone, but with Reboot, it can certainly lose its power to hurt me or my fellow veterans that suffer. We can be stronger, wiser, and more aware. The brotherhood of war that we feel like we lost with the loss of our fallen brothers and sisters is regained through the emotional attachments and family bonds that are made through Reboot. I can use my experiences in Reboot as a teaching tool to lift up others and not just be torn down by the why and why nots or what ifs. Being a graduate of Reboot and now a leader, I know that Reboot has been such a blessing to so many. I am able to give others hope through Reboot. It has been a great tool to win the lost at any cost. For Jesus' sake, what a ministry. I will be more now because of Reboot. Forever grateful, Kelly Black.
To myself and to all of us, ask God where He wants to use us and listen. I've sat still for a year at times waiting for clear direction from Him in terms of what it is, but He'll have ministries for each of our churches, for each of us as individuals. Just listen, and then when He nudges, go.